travel trailer picked up in South Dakota. It's in pretty decent shape. Just needs to get just some love and care. So far the propane works, inside electric works, and working on other stuff. But here we go, there's the carpet. I just found an ant hill or ant infestation. There's all our bunks that fold up. Two different beds, single beds right there. Smaller bunks here. Full bathroom, shower and everything. Not sure how it all works yet, but it's pretty cool. Pretty retro. And then there's your kitchen, double bed, and just sitting area. The fridge works. It's a newer one that was put in, and the propane stove works. I haven't worked with the water yet, but got a microwave that works as well. So we're gonna get in here and tear it apart, and keeping the bones, like the cabinets and everything, all are really decent shape. So we have to replace the kitchen table. Probably do some work on the countertop, either redo it or something, and paint new walls, and new flooring, and new ceiling. The cool thing is the air conditioner works, which is cool, but the ceiling, probably the roof is going to need to be fully repaired because it's got major water damage. So we got to get after that today. So there it is so far. Keep you updated. Getting into the 72 Coachmen Travel trailer, just trying to get the carpeting out, and you never know what you're going to find at the entrance. You've got an ant infestation. Isn't that awesome? There you go, ant infestation. So you got ant hill basically in your travel trailer. So we got to get in here and spray and start yanking all this carpet out. Okay, so here we are with the trailer. Getting a little overwhelmed inside, and so what we've decided to do is to start with the roof, which is the worst part. So I'll show you. Get up on that ladder, hopefully you can see. But basically, the roof is horrible. It's a metal roof. You can see right here. That's all that's really on the roof, sitting on top of the rafters, and so it has got massive leaks. Whoever, the owners that have had it, just try to fix seals, and so what we're going to do is we're going to remove everything, remove the air conditioner, which does work, remove all the vents, probably replace all the vents, and then instead of a metal roof, we're going to do a plywood, probably 1/8 inch plywood, with a roll-on EPDM rubber roof liner, and so that will, one, make the roof significantly more solid and stable. You can walk on it, and it just, it'll just be much more sealed. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to start there, and once we get in there, we're going to do some more gutting on the inside. So I'll show you some more stuff tomorrow when we're ripping off the roof. So we had massive water damage, and the previous owner tried to patch. I'm not sure if this was the previous owner or a different owner, but there's there's your, there's a patch job. So sheet metal screws going through here. This is duct tape right there. This was pushed through, and they're like wondering why. Like literally when we pulled everything off, we had a half a bucket, probably 2-3 gallons or maybe 4 gallons of water in a bucket pour out. So here's what not to do when you have a hole in your roof. But we're gonna replace all this with plywood and then a roll-on rubber roof. So this should be significantly better. All right, so here's what we're doing in the trailer. I started yanking down the ceiling, and you can hear the water dripping. That's where we have major leaks in the roof from hail damage. So there's the roof right there. And so it's a metal roof, which I think what we're going to do is replace it with plywood and then do a rubber. So getting into just having to remove stuff. So there's the air conditioning bottom unit, control unit removing. It's got 3 large carriage bolts it removes, and then wiring there. We'll probably do some rewiring. And then there's bolts up on top of the roof. Get that off. That's the major thing that needs to be done. So I'm gonna do that. Still getting into the trailer. Here's the front window. Look at this right here. These headers are completely rotted. Completely 100% rotted out. So as we're getting into this, we're kind of realizing we may have to just gut most of the trailer and kind of start from scratch. You never know what you're going to get when you get into stuff. So it's good times, but here's what we're doing. Lots of gutting. Gutting. Well, here we're up on the roof, and it's starting to pop off. We already got the trim off. I did that a couple days ago. Did the round trim. Did it all this trim that wraps. Did it without wrecking it. And I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of work. There's rotted wood in here. That's awesome. And then how they kind of tried to seal this roof just kind of made it worse. So we're gonna have to yank all this off. And I think I said already that we're gonna just pull these vents and put in new ones. But hopefully today we can get the air conditioner off and then the roof off before it rains, and then just recover it, and then we'll start working on replacing the roof. But here we go. The fun part is trying to find the screws through all this tar junk, so it's always fun. Now, first piece of roof is off. No major casualties. Brent did not almost fall through the roof. So it's amazing what was on this metal tin. It's like so thin, and that was our roof. But all these, well, that one's actually good. So these joists right here, this one, all need to get replaced. That whole center vent hole needs to get replaced, reframed. Still not sure what's going to be under here. We're pretty sure that's going to get reframed as well. But here we go. We're getting there. Some progress. All right. The roof is off, and some of the joists don't look too bad, but definitely some are going to need to get replaced. We might do some reinforcing as well. But this is going to, we're going to put on again, a plywood roof, so it should be significantly more solid, hopefully anyway. But more to come. Good job today. So here's the roof again. Bad. If you can see, like, this is flexing. This is just what's in between the rafters, which are rotted. So we're gonna figure out how to unbolt the air conditioning unit. If you can see all these vents, it's been so tarred that I think the only thing I'm gonna be able to do is just rip these out and have to replace them with new ones, which kind of sucks, but it's what we've got to work with. So hopefully when we're done with it, it'll be significantly better. So we've been tearing back into the trailer, and we've been doing rafters. So pretty excited about that. We're just actually getting after it. So the big thing that we needed to do was, because the roof was so much water damage, we tore off the roof last summer, and now we're going in and getting back to it. We have ripped new rafters. So we're doing 13 new rafters, solid rafters instead of the pretty flimsy rafters, because we want to make the roof solid so we could walk on it. So that's kind of what we've been up to now. I'll just flip it around and show you what we're doing. So there's 5 of the rafters, and we've been ripping over here. We set up a tent, and my neighbor John has been helping. She's got a few pictures of that. And if we get around inside, you can see what we're doing. So there are all the old rafters, and we've torn out this one right here, and so we're just going through all these and tearing out all these rafters. The way these have been built just didn't, I guess made sense. It's all for being light, but they just don't support weight. So we want to go and make them all solid. We've had a tough couple days. We had a big rainstorm, and so we had to cover, and we got a bunch more damage, but we're getting after it. Kind of excited to see what we're going to do. It'll be, once we get the roof on, then we'll start getting on the walls and start reframing windows over here. I'm doing some reframing. This front window is completely rotted, so we're going to pull that off and reframe it and just start getting into the trailer. So we'll keep you posted on things as we get going. All right, what's going on, everybody? Just want to show you what we've done on the trailer. We've kind of gone a little crazy. We have done 75% of the roof, which has been awesome. But as we got into it, we started realizing that really the best thing to do would be to rip pretty much everything out, so redo the floor, and start kind of from the ground up. So let me kind of show you what we're doing. Here we go. So there is the trailer. So we ripped out the front sink and the stove, window obviously, and that way now what we're going to do is move our way back. I've just got the bathroom left to rip out, and we're going to redo all the floors, and then reframe some of the walls where the windows are. The one window over there needs to get done, and then we'll kind of start rebuilding it and sealing it. So that's kind of where we are so far. It's been a little crazy. We went a little crazy today, but I think in the end it's going to make it just a better trailer for us. So I'll keep you posted later. Well, we had a pretty good morning this morning. Got a fair amount done. Let me show you. We got the first 2 sections of the floor out, and what we're doing is we are going to we braced everything, so you see the 2 braces, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do this side here first, work our way over. We're going to push this out. It sags a little bit, so then we can run our 2x2s along here and reinforce all around the door, because that's where the step is, and it gets a lot of water in there. So we're going to reinforce everything in here, and then we'll make our way back to the middle section, which should be a little bit easier because it's on the wheel wells. We don't have to fiddle as much. We really don't have to deal with the walls at all, but we are making progress, and it's a little daunting, but again, having great neighbors who know what they're doing is helpful. So there's where we are. Good morning. New day. Getting going on trailer some more. Let me give you shout-outs of our progress. There is the beginning of the new floor installation. Framed it out 2x2s with 1.5 by 2 down the middle, and what we're doing is this will get secured by carriage bolts. There's 4 at the front, and then 2 down the middle and 2 down each of the sides, and then it will glue beads of glue down on the 2x2s, and then we'll lay down the sheets of plywood and move our way back. The biggest thing though is getting the area of the stairs where the step goes. This all had been
blown out. I mean, that's where the bolts go, the carriage bolts go, and so we have to basically beef all this up. So we're going to put in just 2x6s in and through this main area here where the holes are and where the carriage bolts will go, so that it's way more secure. And then the other piece too is if you can see right here, this part of the metal actually has dropped down where the wheel well is. It's gone down probably about the worst was about almost over an inch. So we are pushing that up with a car jack and getting that back up into speed. So that's where we are so far. As we move our way back, we'll rip the rest of the bathroom out, trying to preserve as much of it as we can. So there is our progress. It feels good to get just to see the new wood come in, and then once we get the wood in, get all this wood in, then we will come through and work our way up and reframe windows and just kind of build from up. But that's that whole principle of solid foundation. So having a solid floor and a solid roof is really key. So that's kind of where we are right now. Later. Eric helping out putting in the floor. Good job, Judy. Nice. Good job. So we have a new floor in there. First piece of the floor, it's been insulated, glued down. Now we're screwing it down, and then we'll put carriage bolts here, here, and the fork and the corner. So what do you think? Pretty good. Good job. Okay, let's keep going. Another good accomplished day today. We got 2 panels of the floor in, braced, and we got them joist. We got them all insulated with Artec 1-inch foam to stiffen it up a little bit and just be better than the fiber stuff. And then we came along and did the stair brace. So we did a 2x8 and tied it in 2 different places with L brackets just to support it. I mean, obviously, when we had taken it out, it was all rotted and anthill and everything. So this is significantly better. So that's good so far. We're super excited. Yeah, it's been good to get some work. Get some movement, some momentum on this thing. Not only do we have the roof done, but now we can get the flooring done. So then we get into this next sheet is in between the wheel wells. So that should be a little bit easier because we don't have to deal with the walls. And then we go back into the last 1.5 sheets going into the bathroom, which we'll definitely have to obviously take the bathroom apart and get the tub out. But pretty excited. So working hard, trying to get trying to get the floor done before we leave on vacation next Thursday to the lake resort up in Minnesota. So keep you posted, but we're getting there.